In the last lesson, we looked at the 5 answer choices that always accompany data sufficiency questions. Now, when students first encounter these answer choices, they sometimes have difficulty determining which answer choice to select for a given question. In this lesson, we will examine a systematic technique for determining which answer choice to select depending on the sufficiency of the 2 given statements. The technique uses elimination, so depending on the sufficiency of a given statement, we will eliminate certain answer choices until only one answer choice remains. So here are the 2 statements, and here are the 5 answer choices. Let's begin with statement 1. If we determine that statement 1 is sufficient, in other words, the statement provides enough information to answer the target question, then we will eliminate answer choices B, C, and D. Now this should make sense to us, because answer choices A and D are the only answer choices that allow for statement 1 to be sufficient, so they will be our only options if we determine that statement 1 is sufficient. As we work through this technique, be sure to convince yourself why we eliminate certain answer choices at each step. Okay, continuing with the technique. If we determine that statement 1 is insufficient, we will eliminate answer choices A and D. Now let's examine statement 2. If we determine that statement 2 is sufficient, then we will eliminate answer choices A, C, and D, and if statement 2 is insufficient, then we will eliminate answer choices B and D. Now if statement 1 alone is insufficient and statement 2 alone is insufficient, then we must combine the 2 statements and determine whether both statements together provide sufficient information to answer the target question. If the 2 statements combined are sufficient, then the answer will be C. If the 2 statements combined are not sufficient, then the correct answer will be E. And that is the elimination method. So to summarize, if statement 1 is sufficient, eliminate B, C, and E. If statement 1 is insufficient, eliminate A and D. Statement 2. If statement 2 is sufficient, eliminate A, C, and E. If statement 2 is insufficient, eliminate B and D. If both statements alone are insufficient, then combine the 2 statements. If the 2 statements combined are sufficient, then the correct answer will be C. If the 2 statements combined are not sufficient, then the correct answer will be E. Now let's apply this technique to a couple of questions. Here's a question, and here are the 5 answer choices. We'll begin with statement 1. Statement 1 is sufficient, so we will eliminate answer choices B, C, and E. Now on to statement 2. Statement 2 is insufficient, so we will eliminate answer choices B and D. Now answer choice B is already crossed out, so we will eliminate D. This leaves us with answer choice A, so the correct answer is A. One more example. Let's begin with statement 1. Statement 1 is insufficient, so we will eliminate answer choices A and D. Now on to statement 2. Statement 2 is insufficient, so we will eliminate answer choices B and D. This leaves us with 2 answer choices remaining, C and E. So we'll combine the 2 statements and determine whether the 2 statements together provide enough information to answer the target question. The 2 statements combined are sufficient, so the correct answer will be C. So that's the elimination method. Be sure to practice it until you can identify the correct answer choice with ease.